What's up, everybody? It's Monster Core Arcade. Monster with a core with a K and arcade with a K. Little cafe. Gotta screw around a little bit. What's in the box? What's in there? Let's soon find out. What the? No, we're not doing that in this video. This is arcade, not monster trucks, but always monster trucks. So we're heading on down into the game room. The Monster Core Arcade. Last week it was hell froze over. Like soon when CM Punk came back to wrestling in WWE. It became in the teens in Staten Island, New York. And all was stopped. Any kind of progress has been put on hold. Very little has been done in the Monster Core Arcade. I did manage to bring this awesome mirror down here. My own reasons. I'll explain later. Black hole is still on stilts. Still up and waiting to be serviced by Perry from Brooklyn, New York. Perry Pinball, an old school, I don't know if you would call him or if he had a route. I really don't remember what he said to me. I have to talk to him about that again. But he's a jukebox guy. He actually fixed a jukebox for my dad back when my dad was alive. And my dad was ecstatic about this thing. And the jukebox actually wasn't that bad. It only needed a little bit of work. It was actually really in good shape. I can't remember where I got it from, but it was a good find. Did not pay a lot for it. And it definitely was, well, my dad always wanted a jukebox. And it was in the kitchen. And he would put it on every day. All right, so I'll just take a little quick walk around and show you what I'm doing in this video. Number one, if you are into video games from the 80s and pinball machines, definitely subscribe to this channel because I have a ton of them. There's my other mirror. Anyone that has seen my videos before, I put videos in every corner wherever there's any kind of space where there's a wall to give it an infinity effect. And I find these mirrors. I'm not buying mirrors. See, I have another mirror right there. And I have hung them on the wall high as I could, drilled into the foundation, which wasn't easy. But that's my cool idea, because if you look at the mirror, it looks like you have infinity pinball machines. Like there's just pinball machines as far as the eye can see. So when all the games are on and the LED lights are on top and the white lights are off, it looks pretty sick. So anyway, I did not put the back glass back onto Demolition Man. The last time I did a video, I installed the mirror blades. A little bit of a hardcore install, but they are installed. One more thing off of pinball machines and inside of pinball machines and on and out of the way. As you can see, I have another set of pin blades in there. They're LED pin blades from, I forget the name of the company. This guy from Long Island Joe. I can't remember the name of this thing. I think it's Pin Graphics maybe. But anyway, I grabbed it from him at the Pinfest Allentown show last summer. And not summer, it was probably April or May or something like that. But they'll go in there soon when the time comes. Right now it's not the time. I still got Star Wars hanging out, but I did get a shipment in today, and will I be able to get any stuff done? Let's see what's in this box. So one thing, got these screws. I'm hoping that these screws fit into the pop bumper sleeves right there. There's 4 of them. So we'll see what happens. Got the screws at Lowe's. They don't cost much at Lowe's. There's $1 or $2. I did do a small little order from Marco Specialties. Marco Specialties is one of the biggest pinball distributors in the world, I would say. Been doing it for a long time, and they have pretty much everything you want. So I just did a little order, not too much. This is one of my smallest orders, but I needed to get a couple things, like a fuse, a 6 1/4 fuse for the black hole. Right, so I had to look that up. Got my 6 1/4 fuse, and that will be for the black hole when the time comes. And then, of course, whenever you do buy some stuff online, when you do place orders for stuff, especially pinball parts, it's good to get as much as you can because you are paying shipping. So my rule of thumb and my theory is to buy as much as you can and save on shipping. I mean, as stupid as it sounds, you're spending more money, but you save a little bit of money on shipping because you need them eventually. You may as well get them all at the same time if you have it. I got this little silly thing that no one ever sees, but it actually helps because it'll make your wire, and I got crimped. It goes in the back of pinball machines. I just figured I'd get one because I know I need one. And now I do want to change the bumper caps from ugly standard red to Tron blue. So that was one of those little things that I got, which I needed. Now I don't have 4. This is an extra one from another game. There was only 3 bumper caps from the original game. So I needed one more, and I'm going blue. And one other thing I did buy was, I don't think I bought the, oh, I did buy, wait, no, did I buy it? No, I did not. I bought these, well, this silly things, they, what you call it, the flipper bands, shiny flipper bands, because they need them. I know there's only 2 in here, I think. I forget if there's 2 or 3. Well, anyway, there's 2 in here. They're old. I mean, they're not bad, but they're old and they're a little dirty. So, why not? It doesn't take much to do that. And then in Demolition Man, I want to change them from red to blue because there's just too much red in Demolition Man. So, it doesn't take much to take these off. Just don't break the flipper bat, because if you do, then you have more work to do, and it's a pain in the neck to change those. These are kind of old, so I don't mind changing them. But anyway, I did buy a bunch of these. I think I bought 7. So there's 2 for that, and then there's 1 up here that I got to take off, and then I'll change the ones in here. Then I have a couple extra ones. So if I want to change another game and put it to blue, I will. But these are silly little upgrades that you do on your pinball machines that aren't really, they don't really cost much, but in the long run, it'll make your game look way better, different, spruce it up a little bit, and give it more life. So that's why I did it. Excuse me. And I did get this little fluorescent kit. It's a Convo kit. The color guard. Not the color guard from an army, but the flipper, the slingshots. Oh, this Demolition Man. Okay. I already have the color guards for the set, by the way. I have the whole plastic set, and right there's the plastic set. And I have the blue fluorescent color guard for this thing too, which I have not touched. I haven't done nothing with it. I was going to sell it the way it was and let someone else do it, but I figured let me do it myself. And then, you know what? When I do sell this thing, I'll ask more money for it because I'm doing the work, because I'm not going to deal with it. These are the only LEDs I have left. I have to definitely do an order. Excuse me. Need some yellows, need some oranges, need a different couple other ones. So, yeah. That's where we're at. So I did make my call to my pinball tech, Perry, another pinball tech that I have. Now, he hasn't done much work on my pinball machines, but he did see the collection, and he does work on pinball. He does jukeboxes, but I remember way back, I don't know how many years ago it was, at least over a decade, when I first was into pinball and I found out about him. He actually was selling a funhouse. Back then, whenever this was, the funhouse, I think he was asking a little around $2,000 for a funhouse. And if anybody knows about funhouse right now, that game is worth triple than $2,000. So anyway, those are the days, right? When you could buy pinball machines for $1,000 or $2,000, and now they're worth, God knows how much they're worth. But I will show you the reason why I did this. I just was looking at the game, and then when I was shopping on Marco, doing my shopping, this kit was like, I don't know, 30 bucks. So in pinball machines, there's a lot of red, right? The DOT display is always orange, which is terrible. You know, it's just grimy looking orange. You know, I definitely want to upgrade every single one of my games to LED color DMDs and stuff like that. Some of them I did make red, like Terminator 3. I believe I had one in there, but I took it out to put in another game just because I was selling the game, and scared stiff. I have a red one back there because when, you know, the game goes on, it looks like it's, you know, it's a blood effect. And all the way back yonder where there's the Tales from the Crypt, I also have that one red, because there's the, you know, the little graphics on it when the blood comes down, so it looks like it's bleeding and stuff like that. I had a color DMD LCD in my Royal Rumble. I bought it like that, but I believe I blew a fuse in it, so I'm hoping that's the only issue with it. We're talking about LEDs, the DMDs right now. In Tron, I think it's just blue or white, and in Avatar, it's just white. And I can't remember anybody else, so right now that's where we're at. But that's something for sure to do if you're going to buy, if you need a new DMD, a new DOT display in any of these older games, the 90 games, WPC games, I think they're called. Because the displays right now, or the DMDs, the original ones, like this right here, these, nobody knew how rare they would be and how valuable they would be. But these things are worth like $300 or $400. Not mine, because mine are broken. But if you had to buy a new one now, you're talking $300 or $400 for a basic orange one, which is not worth getting. Get a color DMD. All right, let me continue, do a couple things here because I want to go hang out with my kids before I go to wake. But like I said before, with these, the Convolux, it's called, but I don't think this is the exact name for this. It's just color protectors. But they make the plastics look better. Like if you could see it, there's like a little red line, right? Now that looks really cool, you know, especially when it's dark and everything is going, right? But like I said, there's just too much red in this game. And if you could see, a lot of it's blue right there. So that would be nice if you put a blue outline right there, right? You see the bottom plastic, so that'll go there, you know, look nicer blue. And then I'll just take this off. It's a quick, you know, take the screws out carefully, you know, take the rubbers off if you had to, but you don't really have to. Change the lights a little bit, because I did change the lights under here, and it'll make it look different. It'll bring it back to life. You can see how that one back there looks really cool with the red. I don't know how good you could see it from the phone, but if you stood in front of it, it looks like it's glowing, like it has like a laser effect underneath it. Really cool. And back there too. And they were not easy to get to either, these guys. This whole plastic sleeve, when I did it. This one too has it. But for some reason, the front is not, you can't see the front. You have to go way down to see the front on that one. And there's actually a couple other things I have to do this game to get it working again, because the cryo claw, like I said in another video, was taken apart by another tech. I forget his name. He's from Long Island. Maybe it's Ivan. I can't remember his name. It's been a long time. But he took it apart. He didn't come back. He never put it back together again. So the game plays without the cryo claw, which is a crucial part of this game, which makes the whole game that much better. You know, it makes the game. You can't play the game without the cryo claw. So I'm waiting for this to get fixed, and I'm hoping that the guy that comes in could figure it out, because I am not going to attempt it. No chance. And I'm not sure why it stopped working. It would get jammed, like it would move like a hair, and it wouldn't go, and then it would go on, and then something would pop. So something is definitely wrong with that. I don't know. And back there, I think I have lights inside of here. And if there's not, I was gonna put lights inside of there, because I definitely want to hook these guys up when the time comes. I always wanted to really fully tear down these games to like as much as I could, and then just make it completely, you know, 100% LED'd in every spot, and then in certain areas, you know, add some lights as well, like back there, put a strip underneath it or something like that, because I don't think there's light back there at all, and that would look really cool too if they had lights underneath it or inside. If you could see what I'm talking about, that like the little bridge effect. But anyway, this is definitely one of my favorite games. I'm from the 80s. I'm an 80s guy. Terminator 2 is going to be blasted right now. Wait for it. Wait for it. That's an effect that I have to change because it's way too loud. If you could see, Demolition Man's translate is alternate. It's a different translate. I just bought it because I have the game and I felt that, you know, it looks cool with that too. So it was a nice little thing to buy. It wasn't that much money. And I also bought this one a while ago. That translate for Terminator. And I did have another one. I did have another translate and a cooler one also, but I'm not going to get into that. Blah, blah, blah. That's a story for another time. But watch out. Beware for someone named Santiago from New Jersey. Maybe from Nutley, the nut job. Don't trust him. Unfortunately, you can't trust everybody in this world, and he's definitely one not to trust. He stole my Terminator 2. Something happened with something, and he took my T2 hostage, and long story short, I got beat. And I also bought the entire chrome kit for it, which is something I wanted to do, which I asked him to do for me, and he never gave the game back. Yeah, I know. I feel the same way, dude. I'm beyond it. But life goes on. So anyway, remember that name, Santiago, and beware of him. Stay away from him. Don't bother with him. Tell him you're a thief and you're a drug addict. And there's other things about him too that you don't want to know. So anyway, let's move on. Life, we do move on in life. We don't live in the past and hold grudges. We move forward. This right here, while I'm looking at it, this is actually a scared stiff playfield. It's a very good shape. It's not new. No, this one is new actually. There's actually two in here. One is brand new, and one is used but in very great shape. So when I first was on the hunt for a scared stiff, right there, which is buried with monster truck stuff, it was like impossible to get one. It was impossible to get one for a price that you can afford. You know, I don't know who could afford $7,000-8,000 for a pinball machine, but you know, not many people can. I'm definitely one of them that cannot. So when I was buying pinball machines and I was able to buy them for, you know, that price of you know, a couple $1,000, $1,000, $2,000, whatever it is, right? I was on the hunt for a scared stiff, and before I was able to buy an actual scared stiff that kind of worked, because this one works, but it has issues. A guy was selling a coffin, and then he had all the parts for it. So I was like, you know what? Let me buy the coffin because I just wanted it. And I bought the coffin. I had to go all the way to Pennsylvania. It was a long drive, but I needed a nice ride. And then I kept in touch with him. And then I don't know what else I bought from him that day. I don't know if I bought more parts from him, but I definitely just bought the coffin. I didn't pay much for it. I don't know if it was $200 or $400. And then, you know, he said when he finishes tearing the game down and he unpopulates the playfield, he said he'll sell me the playfield. I was like, okay, sure, why not? You know, and he shipped it to me. You know, he really hooked me up because he got a brand new playfield. He had the box, he had everything, and he gave me a good price on everything. And he gave me some other parts from it too that he wasn't going to use. I forget what it was, but I have a lot of parts for Scared Stiff, which I would love one day to find someone that could help me do a complete restore of one, and then build another one out of the other one, and then we have two Scared Stiffs. And I'd work out a nice deal with him too, because then he can keep one of them. But we'll see what happens in the future. Back to the future. And you can see that this is whatchamacallit an import, which I don't really care. So is my Demolition Man, and a few other ones are imports, which honestly doesn't mean a thing, because it just doesn't matter. If you could find one that's an American, you know, that's great. But, you know, if you find one that's an import and that's what you got to use, then, you know what, that's what you got to use. And you also have to be careful, because guys will play games with you and lie and not tell you it's an import and just change the coin door. Because a lot of guys have, you know, a lot of pinball machines, and they just, you know, swap the coin doors out, and they could say, hey, it's not an import, it's real, it's American. But guess what? If you look in the back of it, or you look on your sides, or any of the serials numbers that come with the game, it'll tell you it's from Argentina or from Italy or something like that. And then you'd be like, no, jerk off. Sorry for cursing. Say, no there, liar. It's not an import. It's an import. All right, let me just do my little quick mod here with these bumper caps first, because I want to make sure that these screws that I bought today fit in there. They don't go all the way in. They just kind of grab one time in the sleeve, the octagon sleeve, and then that's how they stay in place. So that's something I've been wanting to do, and something I'm going to do today. Something silly and simple. Hopefully. There's my old screw. It's one from before. Alright, so what I will do is I will just let this thing go because I need watch time for my YouTube channel. That's something that also if anyone out there has a YouTube channel, you need to gain watch time. So if you want to fast forward to the end and watch the finished product, you can, but I'm going to let it record as I fought around the basement and squeeze through my clutter. And it's not garbage either. It's good stuff. It's just stuff that needs to be put away and organized. And I also bought some bins today from Costco, so I'm going to get some more organization. And a couple other things will be out here soon. But little by little. And let me get my tripod, and let me just record and have some fun. And if you want to hang out with me, grab yourself a cup of coffee, hot or cold. Grab yourself an ice cold brew. If you're not driving, of course, or a cup of ale, and hang out. Hang out with Johnny Hardcore and inside the Monster Core Arcade. Be right back, guys. Actually, I'm just going to record. You can look at the lights flashing. And if you don't, fast forward. Let's see where I can put this. Look at Demolition Man. Nope, you can't. I'm going to make that lower. Then I'll go upstairs. Just a simple little setting. And Terminator 2 is also one of my all-time favorite games, which doesn't work at this present time, but there's only a couple little things. A few things to do to it to make it perfect again. I have to get back there too and plug in the topper because the topper fell out because the Molex clip that goes in, it's too heavy and it falls down, like it sags. If I open it up, and I could show you right now, but that's a problem that I've had with other. I think the Demolition Man had that problem too. So just so you know, that's about it. I'll be back. Let me go get my tripod and I'm gonna set this guy up and install these bumper caps. And I don't know if I'm going to install the plastic things yet, maybe, but I'll definitely just put the rubbers on. Simple mods to do your pinball machines to put the rubbers on, and even the slings. They're kind of just like just a strong twist of the nut, which is usually not that tight, and then you just lift this up carefully like this, right? But I have to actually take off the other one too, so it's better not to do that. Better just to undo that one, undo this one. I can see how it looks. And these are just screws. Not really a hard thing to do, but you gotta be careful with it. You don't want to break these plastics. And then when you do screw them all back down, you want to do it if you're using a screw gun especially, make sure the tension is like all the way 0 and let it click when it hits it. And then if you need to just tighten it a little bit more, but definitely don't go further. Don't like grind it down because you will crack your plastic. That's 100%, especially if it's old plastic. All right. I'll be back with my tripod. All right, I'm back. Got my tripod. My cat came down the basement. Cats can't go in the game room. Why? Because they love to spray. Even if they're fixed and neutered. It stinks, but literally it stinks. All right, so I'm going to put this thing on my tripod. Once again, this is Monster Core Arcade. Monster with an A with a K. We got Gaming Hardcore right now. What should I do first? Should I do the bumper caps of Star Wars, or should I do the plastic protector covers of blue for Demolition Man? I'll go with the bumper caps. And then of course you have to change the lights that are inside to either a blue or a white. And it'll look really nice. These are just pullouts, the wedgies. Wedgie. I definitely have to do a pretty good size order of LEDs, but that ain't gonna happen today. No money right now. Funds are definitely not there. Need to pay some real bills first until I can do anything with Pinball. Like I said, I needed to get a couple things in order to get this game sold and working. So that's that. Right. I'm not procrastinating. I have kids and I had to go upstairs and tell them to do this and do that while I'm doing stuff like this. So I don't know how good you to see me do this, but we'll try. I also have another YouTube channel. We have another YouTube channel. It's called Monster Core. That channel is dedicated to Halloween and Halloween animatronics, especially, and our Halloween haunt that we really went nuts this year with. There you go. You can see me perfectly almost. Look at that. You get to see me working heads on. And the reason for that channel is for my son Jonathan mainly, because he is all about animatronics. I don't know if you can see it. Where's this? That's there. That's right there. Yeah, you can see a little bit. I just told him too. I said, you can have Monster Core. That'll be your channel. Because he has another channel too, which is called Robot 35U, and then he changed it to a singing fish collector. I'm just a young singing fish collector, and that one is dedicated to singing fish, like Big Mouth Billy Bass and Frankie the Fish from McDonald's, right? Give me back that fillet fish. Give me that fish. Right? Can you see? Yeah, look at that. All right, so like I said, this video is just a draining video for anybody that just wants to hang out and drink some beers or let the TV run or just leave it on your phone and listen to me jibber jabber and drink some cafe. There's some cafe. A little cheers for you. Cheers. But I've been really wanting to get this basement set up the right way where you can actually play and move around and stuff like that. Being a single dad and having 3 kids and all that custody crap, it's it's like a pinball. Life is like a pinball for me. I go back and forth, pick the kids up, take the kids here, pick the kids up there, go over here, go over there. And in a regular life of school and everything else they do. So, don't have time to do the little stuff. The silly things, right? The nonsense. But this is a nonsense. It's fun. And it is for the kids. It's not really for me. I don't come down here alone and play games, you know. So I don't know if these are gonna work. These wedgies. I'm gonna try. I do have a couple other ones, I guess, somewhere. I mean, blue would be the way to go, for sure. Which I have like the bright blue, I guess you call it. You know what, let me turn the game on because the bumpers I think you see.
May the force be with you.
Oh, it is. Obi-Wan. And an old grandma trick is to lick the bottom of the wires. Let's see if it goes on. So far, no. I don't know if they go on by themselves. I forget how this game is. So let me just do a test. That's my Stranger Things pinball, which has something wrong with it, of course. Hey, okay, so that light is not working. And the light is. So this is not working for me. Okay, so this is the one I was going to put in there. I'm going to try on the other side. might not be the right power or amperage or whatever like that. So we'll just let this go. I'm very at the end of LEDs. And just so you know, my name is Johnny Hardcore. I used to be a DJ of hardcore techno back in the 90s into the early 2000s, and I kind of just said it's time to grow up and get a real job. And that's what I did. Now I've been working for the city of New York for the last almost 19 years, man. I have no idea where those 19 years went, but they've been dedicated to being a dad. So I really can't complain, which I don't complain. I need one more white. And then we're in business. And I might steal one from another socket somewhere because I just want to get this done. Let's see if these lights work anyway. I think they're all the same. They have like a weird globe on top of it. Like I said, it would have been better to have a blue in there, but the blues aren't working. But they're easy on, easy off, so it's not that big of a deal. Take a quick look, quick gander of how it might look. Yeah, it's like, it definitely needs to be blue. And I'm sure I have blues in some other game, but you know, maybe I'll take them out of Demolition Man. How about that? Try it quick. Nope, those are those, so I can't take them out. These are working in Demolition Man, but they're not working here. This a wedger? It's probably the wrong voltage, right? When you put them in, they don't work. Maybe a single one. I'm not going to waste time right now on any of this stuff. I just want to get this thing going. So I'll put the whites in for now, and I want to see if these screws fit enough. I just need to get one more globe, which is not that one. It's a wedge globe. Bear with me, everybody. Just curious to see if this one works. Or this one. Try these spots. Triple tower over here. If you have pinball machines, does anybody have like surprises inside the pinball machines? I have plenty. I'm like, holy mackerel, I bought that. Just haven't gotten to it. Let me just check these guys out first. These things only have one. I'm missing one of them. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. It's too much power. And you got the regular sliders. You know what? I think there's a couple of them in the back glass. But I do want to see this first. It's a different voltage, I guess. Yeah, that works. Look at that. Yeah, but you know what? It's not coming out good. So I need the single. I believe this is single ones. Single square lights. Oh, look at that. That's another square. And another tower. That's a good one. Now, I am hardcore pinball, so I do things hardcore. And if there's definitely a better way to do it, you know, definitely tell me. So you can see like the whites in there. But for now, it's good. Good enough. I took this one out to check out the size of the screws. So that has to go back in. That was this sleeve, I guess you call it, a hex sleeve. Right, that thing right there on the Data East one. So that just goes back down. Just kidding. They sold this like kit of these things too on Marco, if you need it, Marco Polo. But you could just keep buying and buying and buying, and you know you'll never have everything you need. You have to also draw a line sometimes and say, listen, I can't keep buying. Now again, like I said, I'm just going to put these in for today and leave them for a while and just move on. But this is like a first, getting these bumper caps. Obviously you have to line up the holes. That's interesting. Let me see something. Yeah, the same. And the bumper, I broke it. These caps weren't that much money either. I think all three of them were, I don't know how much they were, $2.40 on each maybe. Can't even tell if I'm catching it, which I am not. It's very hard to see, so you know what I'll probably do? Probably shut off the power. I can't tell. Might be better to use like a flat headlight too, headgear, your mining light. Remember, have patience with these things, right? Like you have with your kids, even though we all know that we lose our patience with our kids and we yell, sometimes curse, which we shouldn't do. But pinball is like practice, being a dad, to have patience, more patience than you ever had in your life. I can't see. I'm just going to put my headgear. So hold on. Take a sip of my coffee. Lieutenant Coffee, why do you want to be a diver? Didn't Robert De Niro call me N-word too? Only Robert De Niro can get away with that, right? And Booker T. Calling Hulk Hogan an N-word. Alright. So I got my headgear on. I'm going in. Can you see me? I used to work last year. I was working the midnight shift, which is really, really hard shift to work. Very takes its toll on you and your mental state. I can't tell if I got it in there or not. That's pretty close, maybe. But when I used to come home and I tried to go to sleep, I'd watch other guys' arcade channels, and there was a couple of them that I kept watching. One of them was Troy's Restorations. I don't know if he's from Jersey or not. This guy would tear down a game to like the bone. Do all this body work and cabin work. I'm like, dude, you are the man. And then there's another guy that would find games. Electric Starship, I think he was called. I don't know if I got that either. Did not get it. You know what stinks? I don't know if this goes through. It does. You know what this is? This isn't catching it. That stinks. So these screws are a little bit too short. Crud. I thought I did good today too. But I do have a bunch of other screws here, so let me just take a look. It's like a hair. Can't even tell you how much longer one of these screws are than the other one. It's like so small. I just need 8. And I got a bunch laying around inside this pile of stuff. A pile. This is one of them, I think. This is another one. So I got 2. I'm over here in Lowe's looking for these screws, and with my bad eyes, I can't see. I could barely see the size, and I'm like, is this the right one? Is this the right one? And I lined it up, and I used the one that I thought would be the right one, but it's just not long enough. So it doesn't catch. And I couldn't find these on Marco either. I was trying to get like the kit of screws for the bumper caps, but they didn't have them. Like, see how stupid this is? Like one little dumb thing, right? And it just doesn't work out, and you have to like, oh, what do I do now? What do I do? And I'm only doing bumper caps. Imagine doing boards and stuff like that. Not me. No way. I'm actually sending out a board for my Tron, the Tron arcade, that I did send out before to this guy. What the heck's his name? Chris Jump. He's like a master at fixing arcade boards, and he's known for his what do they call those boards? The game boards for like Tron and Spy Hunter, and I forget a couple other ones, but that's what he's known for. And Tron and Spy Hunter are definitely 2 of my all-time favorite arcade games, and I have both. I actually have the sit-down cockpit version of Tron of Spy Hunter. Did I get it? I don't think so. I'm gonna have to go underneath. I think that's it. There you go. Remember when you tighten these up too, don't over tighten it because they will crack. I've done that before. All right, so that's one. Now it doesn't even go all the way down, which stinks too because it's going to show a little bit. So the screws probably have to be like a different kind of seat on top, so it catches it the right way. But as of right now, I'm just going to put them on just to do it, and then come back another day and screw it in the right way with the right screws or whatever. Right, so this one might go in too. Negative. No, it did. Okay, nice. I mean, you're not gonna like. No one's really gonna notice. I'm not gonna notice, and no one else is gonna notice. I need at least 2 more to keep the other ones on, and then they're done. And then, like I said, I'll go back and get the right screw size, which I thought I shouldn't get. Like the longer one, the longest one. I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could drill like the top of this thing, which I could do, which I don't want to do, but can do that. And then you could, you could put it in like it'll go down further and I'll catch it, which I might do. I'm just not doing it right now. Honestly, right now, for me, doing this is like just a slightly bit of therapy to just calm down a little bit. My day has been go, go, go since I woke up. Get to school, go get bagels, go get my son Jonathan from school because he had to go to the bathroom, and then go to Costco and Walmart and Lowe's, and come back in time to pick up my daughter, and then I have to go to work. And drive around looking for the schools that I don't know where they are. But that's okay. Yeah, that ain't gonna reach. I can feel it right there. It's not gonna even come close. It's one like small, like, man, it's like so, I can't explain how small it is. It's just like just misses. That's how short it is. And there is the other one. So that's one right there. You definitely need the right parts. I think it is. We'll be lining up little screws just to get into the pop bumpers. That one looks bigger. I'm only gonna have 3 too. I need one more. I'm not gonna have it today. I mean, usually, just so you anyways know about YouTube, if you're a YouTuber or you're looking to make a YouTube channel, I love music. I'm definitely into all kinds of music, but the 80s music is one of my favorites. And you cannot play music in the background if you're recording, because then you get copyrighted. So be careful when you make your videos not to have any background music. You're allowed to play the pinball music, because you would get copyrighted. I might have to hunt down another screw, so if that happens, I'm not going to do any more recording. I'm going to go on to the next. Yeah, the cracking sound isn't a good sound. No idea why I did that. And I am selling a couple of these pinball machines. This one for sure is going to be sold. Top dollar. Not going to give it away, especially doing all this stuff to it. But it's a good machine, and to the right person that really wants it, come and get it. Let's see, it'll fit in there. Right. I don't want to do any fabrication today, but I might have to. It's like I have to drill the top of the hole, right, just a little bit, and then the screw will sit on it, and then it'll go in. So should I do that quick? Do I have my screw gun right here? I don't think I do. It's a negative. It's an NI. It's a negative impact. You just do the simple things that aren't simple. I'll just put these guys on. Okay, the blue rubbers. I don't know what the rule is to put these on. I think you put them on the skinny side to the fat side, carefully without breaking them. Like that, you don't break it. And my flipper bats are so old, they're dirty as crap, but that's alright. I was gonna spend the money on getting the rubber kit, but it was like $61 for this little rubber kit that comes with 40 or 50 rubbers, right? I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, but I'm only gonna change like one, maybe like 5 of them. I'm not gonna get the other ones, right? I'm like, you know, no offense, man. $60 for rubbers, not gonna happen. So I'll just do the little nonsense things first, and then I'll see how far I'll go. Excuse me. On some of the bumpers and some of the games, it does come with like they go into it like somehow they go into a slot, so whatchamacallits, it just fits for you. All right, so you can see the flipper rubbers went on, no problem. That was 1, 2, 3, and just a little muscle right there. And I'll do the same thing to Demolition Man right here. Just put them back on there. Take this one off, this red one, because like I said, there's too much red in this game. As you can see, there's a lot of red. I'm doing one-handed, which I shouldn't do. I have to take this plastic off, which is already cracked. And I think I have that plastic too. Excuse me. I actually do. But I'll just take this one off right here and then put it back and then just put the flipper thing on, and that's the end of it. Because gotta get going here. So you can see me do that. Flippers. I have no idea if you can see it. You probably can. Let's take a look. There you can. So these are the flipper bats, and be careful when you do it. I mean, you could do this anytime you want, but if you lift them up, you'll crack the what do they call it? Not the sleeve. I can't think of the name. Sorry. And they're the same ones, right? But they're a little bit, you know, not as nice and a little bit warped, you know, a little bit bent, so it might not give it the best play. You probably could just spin it onto the other side, you know, if you really wanted to, which I'm sure you can do. But I still have plenty of games to change flipper bats, and like I said, these are my favorite games. So I'm just gonna do it like this. All right, I'm gonna do it like this. I don't think that's the right way to do it. I think do it the other way, but for some reason this seems to me works better. Some of the flipper bands are a little bit more stronger than others. You want to push it down a little bit too, so it hits the ball perfectly. There's like a little bit of like a slot on the pinball flipper, right? And you just push it down to that slot, and then it's where it's supposed to be. Same thing on the other side. For some reason, I feel it's better going this way. Why, I don't know, but it just is. If you're a pinball dude, you have to be strong. So all those people out there that consider you, I don't know, am I a nerd? Am I a pinball nerd? Consider the pinball nerds nerds. They're strong. And they're also smart too, because to do this stuff, you can't be stupid. You have to have some kind of common sense and some expertise in soldering and electricity and all this other stuff. So, mad respect to the pinball dudes out there. I'm definitely one of you, but I'm not as good as you. But I'm learning. In other videos, I also said that nice and cracked. I have the plastic, so I don't care. That'll be another day. I like doing this with my girlfriend, my SHV, Sally Vikinga. She comes down, hangs out, and drinks ale with me, and then we actually showed her how to change the LEDs, and it's very therapeutic. I gotta say, it's fun when you're having some ale. You can see me do this one or no? Let me put it on the side. Yep, you can see. This one's a little bit. I forget if this pinball, this one's a little bit loose, which I think it is. So I gotta be careful, man. I'm probably gonna knock off the camera. Sorry. Almost there. I just don't have the right angle, man. I want you to see me put it on too. See how it's done. It's all about the angles, man. There you go. This game never had blue flipper bats, so to me right now this is good. Let's push it down a little bit as best you can. Don't break nothing. The back doesn't really matter, but the front and the middle does, so do your best with that. This light doesn't work. I mean, to get to it, it's a pain in the neck. See a little light right there? Changing LEDs sometimes is so tricky and not easy to get to, and you just like say, you know what, F it. All right, so there you go. Flipper bats to me already looks nicer. You like, you know what it is? You notice right away once you do something, and you're like, yes or no. So to me, it's good. This is gonna look a little different when I put these reds in. I mean, put the blues into the reds. I'm actually curious to see how it looks right away, so I'm gonna do that now. I don't know how much more I got on this video, so you know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to press pause and set this up, and then come back because I want to finish. I want to get you the final product. So I'll be right back. Now let's take you over to black hole because, like I said, this is all happening because of 6 1/4 amp fuses, slow blow for black hole. That's where it goes for now, into the black hole of debt. All those fuses there. All right. And while I'm over here, is there anything to do? No. See right down there, that box. Those are my 2 turntables of when I used to be a DJ Johnny Hardcore. So those I'm giving to my daughter, who took this interest in records, vinyl. So I'm going to set it up in her room, and she is going to be amazed. She has no idea. All right, let me go upstairs. I just have to get a screw gun because I'm not going to do it manually. It's going to take forever. And I just have to get another bit. And I'll be right back. Game Hardcore. All right, so I undid the bottom part of the plastics, and I'm not too happy about what I just seen. So this is the blue, and that is the red. Now you can see it's totally different, and it doesn't go all the way up there. So I mean, listen, what are you gonna do? Now instead of having it all the way up there that looks nice, it's not gonna have anything. It'll just be a piece of silver, I guess. Right? Does it really matter? Does it? I mean, no. But anyway, when you do this stuff, make sure you pay attention to what you're doing. Don't get distracted by other stuff. Make sure you finish what you're doing when you're doing it, or take pictures, because you will forget where things go, and then you'll be like, what do I do? Like, you make sure you wipe your blades off now, right? Because then you can see my handprints from the last time. You can use your trusty old shirt, right? Like I do hardcore. Or if you really want to be anal, just get yourself a microfiber cloth, right? I use a different kind of paper towel or whatever I have next to me. All right, I just did that for the fun. All right, so anyway, make sure you keep all the pieces the right way. You know, you line it up the way it goes. That goes back down there. There's a sleeve over here, a metal sleeve, like this little thing right here. That goes there. And then there's a screw where I can't see where it went. Where'd it go? Where's my long screw? See, that goes there. So let's get rid of this. There was a screw for the end, which is right here. There it is. This sucker right there. It's like putting pieces back to a puzzle back together again. All right, so actually this could just go in now because there's no end like it had. So I'll just put this back, right? And I'm using another piece as a guide. See, look at that. So now it's just gonna be showing the top of this thing, right? So I'll put this screw in first. See what I'm doing here? And I'm gonna put the sleeve on first, right? And then put the screw back in there. Now, I mean, when you take these things out, you can polish them and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, that'd be great to do, but guess what? I'm not doing that. I have no time for it. I'm gonna do things hardcore and as quick as possible. All right, so that's how that goes, right? That's the bottom part. So I could screw that back in, and it's good to go. And now these other ones, right? They have the black little plastic slot pieces, if you want to call them that. I just renamed it the plastic slot pieces. So I can actually screw that guy back in. I'm using my screw gun, my hardcore screw gun. I'll make sure the tensioner is very, very, okay, like that. Like you sound like you're putting tires on a car. And put it in straight. You know, drilling straight, not on an angle. Like I always tell my son, drill it straight, drill it straight. And you know, it's not stinks, but whatever. This is really nice looking. This Convolux I had. This is kind of cheapy. It's very thin compared to this one. This is very strong. This is like crap. And you have to peel off this stuff here, which is sometimes tricky. If you don't have any nails like me, I don't really have nails. I'm a nail guy. You know, I have very little nails. And every time I have a little bit of nail, it gets cracked, so I always have to cut them. I'm not going to do this while I'm recording. So let's press pause. Alright, so you just peel this off right there. Look how pretty it looks. Oh, it's so nice. I'm going to do the other side too. Alright, so I got both sides off. Alright, I'm going to put it this way, right? But before I do that, I have to put in this guy. How's it going to go now? How to do that one? So this one, okay, now you can take a look how you can do it. There's probably two ways you could do it. Now, one, you could put it in the middle like that, which looks kind of cool, right? It has its own little effect. Or you could put it on the top part, right? So I'm going to go with the way it was. And we'll try it later. Let me see how it looks. You could do it both ways. I mean, you know, right now I'm just want to get this thing in there. So it has to go. How is that going to go? I have 3 layers of these plastic suckers. Yeah, okay. So I have another plastic set right here. And the bottom one has it already, right? So then these have to go like this. Right? On that. I believe that's how it goes. Right, and you can put this plastic thing on top like this. Or vice versa. Do one the other way first. Okay. I actually feel like I'm getting something done today. That's why I'm doing this. Even though I already did very important things for my kids. Which doesn't even count. Like getting the kids to school on time and making them breakfast. Getting my daughter a bagel. Picking up my son because I gotta go to the bathroom. That's just normal. I'll do the 2 first because the other one is not cooperating the right way. I really don't like, I don't like doing this alone either. I like to have my kids down here, or at least my Sally by Kinga, because it's more fun. But I'm just doing this for a few minutes. Now, did I lose that other black piece? There it is. It stinks when these things go down the hole when you drop them. It goes down the drain. See, now I gotta get this thing in there. Alright, forgive me for. See, this screw is like not in. It probably just goes right through. Push it. I just don't want to crack anything. Alright, I'll hold the black sleeve on that. You would never know someone that's like getting into pinball, what you come across and what you have to do when you own pinball machines, because you can't always call a tech. You don't want to call a tech to do nonsense like this. And this is also fun stuff for the most part. So why did I miss that? Like I said, I'm just gonna do one of these, and then I'll go up and hang out with my kids, and then I'll do this another day when everybody's hanging out. You see what I'm doing? I'm holding that sleeve and screwing it so it goes in. This one's already through. No, actually, no, it's not, because the other one's not on it. And be careful with the plastic. Alright. And then that other plastic one's right there, so I'll just put it on, and you have to put it the right way. Like that. And I am going to drill the bumper cap tops, so just give it a little bit of a, whatchamacallit, give it some room to catch the screw, because I'm not going to go buy new screws and waste my time going to Lowe's again. Look at the screws. Now this is trial and error too. I'm going to see how it looks first, and then I'm going to gauge it, and then see if I want to put the blue plastic piece up there, and then tack it down, screw it down. I'm not even in the hole. And the lights underneath are not blue, they're like a light blue or a comet blue, I think they call it. Remember that tension, remember I told you, right? Make sure like that, because you go too much of that plastic, it's gonna crack, and you'll be so PO'd. That's like totally enough, right? All right, so finished product. Hey, how do you like that? So now, looking at it right now, the first glimpse of it to me does not look as nearly as cool as the red. That's just the way I feel, but I don't know. I have to look at it a little differently, or maybe I have to put a little bit, maybe put a brighter, a bluer light in there, or whatever. But honestly, I feel like I wasted my money, because these glow nicer, and these just look like they're blue. So to me, that's not the effect I'm going for. I want that ring effect that goes around it like that. That looks really cool. So, hey, trial and error. I don't know. You know what I could do also? I could just put the hey, I can actually do that. I'll just put the black one, the red one back up there, and then these guys just keep them down there. So I'll just keep that blue, and then the top one I'll keep it red, and then see how it looks. So let's try that, because the blue is not strong enough. All right, so I'm just taking this off one more time. I'm gonna try something else, and then call it a day, as they like to say. All this to change plastic sleeves, right? Those are all going to fall apart. Yep, goes down the bottom. Yeah, maybe better. Pool table. My pool table is a work table. It's not a pool table. It's the kid playground. And see now, take this thing out. All right. Use my trusty screw gun. One thing for sure when you mess around with this stuff, do not rush, okay, and do not bug out, and do not get angry. See, now the only thing is, now what I wanted to do is put it up there. See, that would look cool if I can get it underneath this, but that means I have to pop this out, which I can do. Okay, that wasn't too bad. But now to put that back in and that over there, let's see how that'll work. We're trying it right now, dudes. dudes and dudettes, any pinball girls are out there, just trying something to spruce up Demolition Man. So what I'm doing is I'm making a sandwich, okay? Putting that on top of that, which I think will look cool. And I don't feel like losing this part because it wasn't cheap. So I'm going to pop it in the plastic piece, and then I'll just catch it with that. But I might need a washer, so I don't know, we'll see. And you put these plastic things back in that are old, that aren't going to stay. You do it anyway, because you have to, right? I don't know about any of you guys out there, but my hands shake all the time. Not because I'm nervous, not because I drink too much coffee, but because adrenaline. Alright, so now, maybe we'll put that back on. Where's the blue? The blue is... Alright, so I have to put the blacks first, right? And I drop one into the bottom, so I have to go get it. And this one goes back there, like that, right? Alright, I have to do it backwards. Fish this piece out, which is somewhere in there. I'm gonna press pause. Okay, a lot of talking to yourself when you do this stuff, but anyway, so I put that in together. Okay, this looks a little bit, I don't know, whatever, we'll see when it goes in there. And I have to take the screw back out over there. But I'm gonna go for it because I don't wanna ruin the way it used to look, which was really cool, and not make it look better, which is what I thought it would look. I don't want to crack my plastics either, so I'm trying to be very careful, not rush. I'm Polish, I'm not Russian. Don't force things in either, everybody, okay? Take your time with it and tap it in. What's my next move here? I gotta take out that other one. Actually, no, I don't take this one out. Do I? Do I? I don't think it reaches. You know what? It actually, I think it would reach. But I have to be very careful, and I can't go probably all the way down then. More trickiness. Pain in the nuts, man. See, when I take that out and I go into there. Well, the one thing I'm glad I got that line back, so I'm cool about that. Now, just this little stupid thing here, which is like, just, do I really need to do that? So if I put it in, I can't do it unless if I take it out, it has to be now or take it out all over again. Let me try to think really quick. I put those down, and then I'm gonna need, I'm gonna need like a couple washers underneath to take up that space. That's the only way it'll work. So it's like I have to do it all at the same time, and then take that out. All right, so here we go. Sandwich time. Right back. All right, so that little attempt here was for nothing because there's no way that's gonna make it. You can see there's a space right there, right? So I would have to get a longer screw and then put another piece of small little sleeve right there, metal sleeve or even black sleeve if I wanted to, and then tie it all up. But at this moment right now, I don't care. It's okay. So I'm just going to put it back the way it was. Okay, I can always change these blues to a darker blue. Okay, we can do that another time too. It's not that big of a deal to change these things. Take it out again. All right, but I would like to see what it looks like before I get this day going in motion even further. I have blues right here, so you know what? Let me change them when it's open and see if it looks better. Okay, my little pile, like Jack says, my pile. Let's see how they look. Take out the Comet, put in a dark blue. Let's see. Oh, it's much more blue, but it's not dark. It's the only thing. It's a flat blue. And isn't there like another piece of artwork on this thing that you want to see? Like the end is no, The front is more like a white.